Hi, I'm Kat, marketer turned brand storyteller,
And I'm Candice, educator turned entrepreneur.
and you're listening to
Not nice, clever.
We're two introverts who speak on stages around the country and work with top personal brands who also unapologetically require 24 to 48 hours of recovery time on the couch in our favorite sweats, all Netflix and no chill.
And to be clear, we're not quiet or nice. Together, we're redefining what it means to be an introvert who means business. It's time to show up and show off. Are you in? In today's mini episode of Not Nice Clever, we're talking about personal branding. Specifically, we are going to give you 3 questions that you can ask yourself if you are not sure what your personal brand is, or you're not sure how to kick off your personal branding journey, because it is a journey. We're going to give you those first 3 questions that you can ask yourself.
So, question number 1. This is going to sound super simple, but don't let it fool you. And you've probably never actually written out your answer to it. Is who are you?
I don't know if that sounds simple or loaded, Kat.
Probably both. You're welcome. Who are you? Who are you? Can you actually define concisely and intelligently and authentically who are you to somebody? Because if you have no idea how to communicate who you are, it's going to be real hard to convince somebody to trust you enough to like give you their hard-earned money, their biggest investment ever, like all of these things, right? And like I don't know about you, Candice, but I'm very attracted to, like, not even just romantically, but like just in general attracted to humans who know who they are.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
very, very powerful thing to know, right?
Because that clarity translates into confidence, and we're always attracted to confidence.
We are. We're suckers for it.
We are. So when you're thinking about who you are, you could think about all of your past experiences
Mm-hmm.
as well as who you want to be. That's okay too. Like aspirationally, like
Agree.
who you want to be, including that. And I encourage you to do this brainstorm style, like not think too hard about it, but
Mm-mm.
what comes naturally to your mind when you think about that, and like write down as many things as you can, because you can always go back and clarify and define and edit, make edits. But I want you to kind of go with your gut. Like I always say I'm an educator turned entrepreneur, because you can't take the teacher out of me. There's
No.
always going to be part of me that is a teacher. And I want that to come through, and I want you to know where it's coming from, and I want you to know that it's intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've owned that part of who I am as a brand. And so I really want you to actually write this down.
Yeah. Can't stay in your head, right? And like Candice was saying, pull from elements of your past lives, right? Like the fact that I was from San Francisco in the Bay Area and then was pursuing a nursing degree and then withdrew and moved cross country to launch a startup. What does that say about me and who I am? And, you know, Candice being educator turned entrepreneur, my personal brand, the 2-word brand being brand architect, right? Like define it. And it starts by writing it down. I love the brainstorm style recommendation too. It's a good place to start.
When you're clear about who you are and you put it out there over and over again, it makes it easy for someone to explain what it is that you do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you build that like web of people, that network of people who know, like, and trust you, because it's easy for them to say, oh, yeah, Kat, she's a brand architect. She helps people get clarity around their personal brands. She loves to help multicultural entrepreneurs. Like they know that because you've given them those things, those talking points to
Mm-hmm.
say about you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, by the way. That was very reflective of what I actually want. So thank you.
That's what you put out there.
That's what I put out there over and over.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 2, Candice.
The second question is, who do you serve?
Mm,
And the answer to this question is not everyone.
seriously. Permission
Ugh,
revoked.
right?
Revoked until the end of time.
You have to know who it is you are uniquely positioned to serve well. Here is a little insight. It's often a previous version of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not sure who you serve, there are clues in your clients. So go back, think about your favorite clients that you loved working with, see if there's any patterns, any similarities amongst those clients that might give you an insight on who you can serve well. When I think about this question, I often use the analogy like if my phone rang right now, Kat,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, "Oh, yeah, uh-huh, uh-huh," and then I just handed you my phone, you'd be like,
Excuse me, context. Who am I talking
I'm
to?
like, "What exactly,
Yeah,
what is this about?"
right.
But if I said, "Oh my gosh, Kat, this is my old friend and she lives in Florida, but she's thinking about moving to DC.
Mm.
She has a daughter, she's 5, so, like, she's about to start school, she has a little bit of anxiety about that."
Safe area, good school districts. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. "So, do you mind talking to her?" Then you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, hey girl, I used to live in Florida. Yeah, I live in DC now. Let's talk about all the great things about it."
Mhm.
Right? Or not, I don't know.
Stay in Florida.
Yeah. Now you have the context to have the conversation
Mhm.
with that person, and it makes sense what you're saying to them because you have an understanding of who they are, what
Mhm.
might matter to them, what they care about, where they are in their life right now,
Right.
and you can speak to them purposefully.
Yes, because imagine if let's make it Corey, right? Let's make your original partner in crime.
Okay.
Imagine if Candace hands the phone to me and Corey's on the other side line, be like, "Hi, Corey. I'm so excited to talk to you. There's so many great places throughout the US for you to buy and sell real estate. Where are you interested?" And she's like, "Girl, I'm fucking looking at DC. What are you talking about? I'm in Miami. Didn't Candace tell you any like, right?
Yeah,
Imagine Corey's reaction if I'm like, the US is a lovely place to live
right.
for single family homes.
Corey's actually like a real estate agent, so she'd be like, "Wait, what? Like, why are you trying to sell me real estate? I'm a
Right.
real estate
There
agent."
we go.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just like so many pieces of context,
Disconnects.
yeah, disconnects that cause confusion and chaos,
We don't want that.
don't lead to good decision
They don't
making.
lead to
No,
commission.
don't lead to.
All the
We
C's.
can write that down.
I'm writing it
Confusion
down.
and chaos don't lead to commission. Okay,
Okay.
or like
Writing it
we need
down.
to do the equal sign with a little cross out. You
Yeah.
know,
X.
confusion,
You
chaos,
are
like
denied.
no commission. Yeah, put that on a t-shirt.
I'm already placing the Vista print order.
So you have to know who you're talking to. The goal is for someone to say, "Oh my gosh, she read my mind. She's in my head. She
You're the
gets
one
me.
for me.
You're the one
Like,
for me." Yep,
we just want a romance
exactly.
novel here. We just want like the you
That's
had
it. Is
me
that too
at
much to
hello.
ask? You had me at
Not at all. We want the you had me at hello moment.
Yes,
Hold on, I'm writing that
that's
down
what I
too.
that's what I shoot for in all of my sales calls. You had me at hello.
Sales call should be 3 minutes. Here, sign here. Sign here. If you're doing personal branding, right?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, last question. How do you serve that particular person? Everybody has their own unique flavor and way of doing business. Candace and I use the same Calendly software for our call bookings. We structure it differently. The experience is different. We both use Squarespace. Our websites are very different. The user experience is very different, right?
Yep,
What's the flavor and the way that you do business? This is usually where your past life experiences will come into play. Like me having withdrawn from nursing school, not gone into college originally because of the crash, and like me saying like, oh, I had all this education and yet it didn't prepare me for 08, 09. I'm like, all right, let's roll with the punches. Like you can't rely on promises that other people make. Not to say I'm not going to trust people, but I'm like, what about you? Like let's make you self-sufficient. Let's make you independent. Like that's one thing I say to clients. And that's like evident in my past. And I'm also very direct and I cuss and I tell people, well, I don't tell them, I just cuss in my content. And then I figure if they talk to
they
me, they don't mind,
don't
right?
mind.
Very
Yep.
direct.
When you think about how you serve them, this one is a challenge sometimes because you might be too close to the situation to recognize that anything that you're doing is maybe different than someone else.
Good call out.
Like, here's an example, like Ryan Serhant, he talks about how he leaves clients or potential clients a book in a box,
Mm-hmm.
and he, like, will take the book in the box ahead of the listing appointment or the listing presentation so that people have that extra touch point with him and his brand.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a unique way that he serves his audience that he should, like, if he were doing the exercise, would write that down. Hey, I do the book in the box. It comes before the listing presentation. At the listing presentation, I customize it in this way. Then I always do a text message follow up. Like, what are the literally like the logistical things? Do you
The
give them
touch
a
points.
closing
Yeah.
gift? Is there a follow up email sequence? Like, I don't know.
Do
Like,
you give them something free? Is there like a
yeah,
surprise and delight moment? Right.
totally. Yes. All of that. Like all of those things matter. And like, what is the communication? Do you text? Do you email? Do
Do you
you do
leave
a
voice
combination?
notes?
Or do you ask them, hey, how do you want to communicate? Is that part of your
Do you
unique
not
way that you
assume?
serve?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Like literally writing down all of those things are unique to you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you know them extremely well, you can communicate them.
It's the experience you
Oh,
provide.
communication leads to commission. So confusion and chaos means no commission.
But clarity and communication,
It's
there we go.
commission. Yeah, write that
Merch
down.
coming in
Okay.
hot for y'all. Clever crew. Okay.
So, my favorite definition that I've ever heard about personal branding is from Rory Vaden, and it is your personal brand is the digitization of your reputation.
Mm,
You all know about what a reputation is. Your parents taught you about having a good reputation. Your teachers in school taught you about having a good reputation. Like that is huge. Or maybe I'm just Latina. I don't know. So, that is something that you already know and understand. And when you understand who you are, who you serve, and how you serve them, then it's your responsibility to ensure that those things are getting communicated across the platforms that you choose to engage with. So that when someone goes to any one of your pages, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, your website, whatever, there is clear communication about who you are, who you serve, how you serve them, because you have intentionally digitized your reputation in a way that is accessible to your audience.
amen.
Amen. Share it with a friend and leave a 5-star review. Thanks for joining us on Not Nice, Clever.
Remember to follow our podcast wherever you listen to audio.
And if you found today's episode valuable, please share it with your friends.
No gatekeeping here. Remember, we love to see our clever crew grow.
Signing off, you're not so nice, but oh so clever besties that mean business.
See you soon.